Because sometimes I make mistakes.
You make mistakes?
I know it's hard to imagine, but
I thought you were infallible.
technological mastermind.
Infallible.
So,
You're the patron saint of trash tier armies like me.
oh, trash your armies. That's a lie. You're rocking some. I feel one of us is rocking orcs and the other one's rocking Tau. So,
Yeah,
oh,
but I took all those like super competitive options and I said, nah, I'm okay. I don't want to do that. I want to take fun
who
options.
needs those things when you could have these things? It's
So how
good.
you doing today, old man?
I'm living life.
You're living life?
I set the bar low. I'm like, hey, what are you trying to achieve today? I'm like, don't die. And then I check that box off. Like anything else, I'm like, whoa, 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 slow your roll. let's
I'm proud
uh
of you.
let's not get too crazy here. But I'm pumped up. We're gonna be doing yeah, I streamed exactly 17 seconds of it.
Nice.
But so yeah, exactly. I am infallible. You didn't like my Aldari propaganda pick? You know what I'd like to showcase today? So, Eloise, in a magnanimous move, said, I will make and paint the 20 knobs you needed out of nowhere. To which Brandon tried to multiple times say no to. And she was just like juggernauting through it, going, this is happening, Brandon. Accept this in your life. And it's
She hated
awesome.
every minute of it, by the way.
I was
She was
surprised.
not a fan.
I was fantastically grateful, but and surprised. Can I see one of my knobs?
Oh, yeah. You just wait.
I might put some extra color on them because I'm painting a model on Friday. I'm
Just
paint
one?
just one. Well, it depends on how much I drink. I might paint more. Uh, After Kramer and I play the doubles with Space Wolves, Wolves, Thunderwolf, 18 Thunderwolf calves, and multiple characters attached.
This is fantastic.
So we're gonna rock that party 8 days a week. So Kramer went, hey, we're gonna play the doubles. What do you think? I think we can do this Eldar thing. And I go, or counterpoint. Do those actually have colors on them? Is that just prime
They
gray?
they were prime black, and then I hit them with the gray, and then Eloise this morning at like 6 a.m. is like, I better paint some more. So then she painted them. She did white on top of the gray, and then she took the brightly colored cans of spray paint we have for other projects and did blue on the power claws because they're glowing in orc energy. And it appears that she did nail polish on the sluggas of this 10-man squad. And on the other 10-man squad, she did a red nail polish. It
I
even has sparkles in it.
love everything about this.
And I think the best part is you could tell she was like, "Why the hell am I even doing this?" Because it's not like uniform painting. It's just all over the fucking place.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't ask. She did just go. It wasn't even that she just said she was going to. I didn't ask the question. Think she just assumed I wasn't going to be able to get any of this done and just did it, which makes me super
These are all
happy.
3D printed. That's the best part about this. So yeah, and they're about 5 to 10% larger than a regular knob, so they're more angry. I don't know if she's going to put any more color on them, but I think they're beautiful just the way they are because you're probably going to end up breaking them.
What? I would never break them. Mork energy or Gork energy? That's a little bit of both. So,
Oh,
Nurgle Mad in the house, bringing the. You have the best emotes. He has stuff that I've never even seen.
I think my favorite is that she broke one of the power claws while she was taking them apart to glue together, and she just decided, you know what, I'm going to replace it with a toothpick. So one of these guys has a toothpick. I think it's him. So don't,
Just a toothpick.
yeah. So he had the power claw, then the bottom claw is a toothpick. So just don't stab yourself. I know if you go to the hospital because you stabbed yourself with a pointy toothpick on your orc model,
So
That's a personal
on a
problem.
paint scale, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, after playing in the doubles and having a few drinks, ordering more drinks and ordering some pizza, what do you think my bad ruck's going to turn out? Or how do you think my bad ruck's going to turn out?
You know, I think it's gonna be. I'll give it a 2.
Ooh, that's a generous offering there. I thought
I,
for
th-
sure
I
you were going to give me a 0.
No, because a 0 would be you not doing anything at all.
I don't know. Like I've painted some stuff like with my fingers, and I'm pretty sure I made the model look worse than it did without paint on it.
That's actually really impressive if you think about it.
At Adepticon, remember when I did the like 30-second Carnifex using my
I
fingers
mean,
dipped into all the paints?
you figure painted a few models, and you've used nail polish to paint your models too.
True story. I did try to paint the one. KR's got the one that I actually tried to paint. Like I tried my best, and it still turned out terrible, and that made me sad.
So I think we should make it fun. If Kramer's providing the paints and the models, I think we should do it like anytime we switch color, we have to do a shot.
I'm down with that too. Hootie, stop trying to throw me under the bus here, man. I handled those delightfully. I didn't break a thing.
So I was talking to Eloise, and she's like, "Man, Brad. I hope Brad doesn't borrow Lyle's Tau again."
That was totally not my fault, by the way. You guys
I
know
know
that.
it's not your fault, but it's still
God damn it.
hilarious.
I tried to keep so good track of that, and TSA just took that bad boy from the top ring rope, dropped an RKO on him, then put a submission lock. It was no bueno.
I don't know if we could blame TSA for that one. I think it was the people loading the plane.
Whatever. I just do all of the airplane stuff as TSA.
Ah, yeah.
So they're all dead to me.
So yeah,
Carl Malone coming in. I'm just waiting for Warhammer Plus to release an orc sitcom called Wog in the City. This monthly fee is getting out of hand. What are we working on today, by the way? We got some crew towel?
yeah. I'm finally slapping some paint on Commander Farsight, so I'm going to be using them at Michigan GT this weekend.
Say, I want to point this out because Brandon was talking about how he had to do all this painting and stuff. And I go, dude, hasn't your towel been done for forever? And I didn't realize that apparently you've just been playing it unpainted for like forever.
Well, so the last tournament that I went to was ATC, and at ATC there was no painting requirement, so I literally did the bare minimum. I built them and primed them black. That's it. I didn't do anything else. And then now that I'm actually going to a respectable tournament that wants painted models, the horror, I have to paint my models.
The horror.
The
And
horror.
I'm trying to figure out what kind of things I can put on those knobs once I get rolling. Once I get some creative spirits flowing through me, I can only imagine what kind of ideas I'm gonna get. I might stream that hobby project. Drunk Brad paints models.
Are you bringing your computer?
Oh God, no. I'll do it like on weirdly on the phone or something. It'll be terrible. If you see me go live on Friday night, I'm just warning everybody, don't watch. Don't watch.
You should watch.
Don't.
Actually, make sure you subscribe to Death or Glory and Still Frosty Gaming so you can watch the shenanigans of
It's
us
gonna
painting drunkenly at MCM
it's
or
gonna be
Bill's house.
or a combination of both.
We should probably do it at Bill's house, but
Eh. Okay, we'll just see where the night takes us. Well, I mean, at some point in time I have to go to Bill's house. That's where I'm staying.
And so are Eloise and I saying.
Yeah. Well, one of us is gonna get there. One of us is gonna get. That's the thing. You get a group of people, eventually you'll be able to get to where you need to go. Also, how is there not 5 claws in the knob kit?
There's only like 2.
Tarantine. Now I know my paint job sucks. I don't wear gloves when I paint. He already had those on. He was just doing weird stuff before that needed gloves, so he just happened to have gloves on.
I actually bought gloves just for today.
Ooh.
No, I'm kidding. So I like using gloves because if I'm dry brushing, I could just rub the excess off of my glove and keep going. And if I have too much paintbrush, it just helps speed up the process. and I also hate cleaning paint off my hands.
I still don't understand dry brushing. It looks like, because I can barely see the colors anyways. Like, I've tried to do it. I was training with Maiden, and I literally could not see the difference. There was barely any paint on the brush. I was like, nothing's happening. Why are we doing this? I feel like you're trolling me right now just to rub a brush on a model and have nothing happen.
No, there's a difference. I mean, it's a subtle difference, but I do a lot of dry brushing on my bases. So
and he goes, thanks for the warning. I'll make sure to put my phone on silent Friday. Look, Eddie, there's no chance that I've ever got drunk and called you at dumb times.
Well, if he's calling you, I mean, that's just asking for it. But if you're watching a stream, how to Brad Page drunken models, I mean, that's high quality
It's a
entertainment.
tutorial.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
you
pumped.
see a 52-year-old man learning how to paint models for the first time.
Look, man, it takes a village to raise a Brad. I'm just saying. I need help.
I just want to let you know that how much smack talk you're going to do when you see Eloise and I's doubles army.
What are you guys playing?
It's so OP. What do you think we're playing?
You're playing Tau, right? Are you playing Tau Eldar?
Nope.
What are you playing?
We're playing Sisters of Battle.
Oh, Jesus. Well, at least I know I'll get one win in the tournament with the Thunderwolf.
I have extra trash. You're gonna be so sad when your Thunderwolves can only kill like 2 Crusaders.
We're gonna charge so much stuff.
And they get picked off the table.
You're not even gonna know. You know why? Because I'm playing with the new Marine book. You know.
I mean, I will know.
I'm just saying.
I think out of anybody playing in the doubles, I'm probably the one person who would know if you're just blatantly cheating.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're not going to pretend we're not doing it either. We're just going to say we're using the new rules. The funny thing is Kramer and I talked about that, and we didn't know if it would be cool. We actually talked about taking a loss in every game, but playing with the new rules. So like, hey man, I'll give you 100-0 win, but we want to use the new rules and points.
Do it.
Because I really want to run Thunderwolf Cav under a Storm Kung Fu Master Squad. With coming in on turn 1, using that strat for -1 to hit, -1 to wound. A couple of the enhancements are badass too. I think I could do some work with that.
Right? Yeah.
With some wolves.
I hate how they this is a White Scars detachment. Get the hell out of here. It is not a White Scars detachment. It's so bad for White Scars armies.
What, with their one bike that they have left?
Yeah.
In the garage, working on it. It's just an old biker guy going, back in my day when we had bikes, we used to ride them through the streets.
It's like, oh man, let me use these combat character enhancements for my, let's check my notes, chaplain on bike. I don't think Chaplain on bikes this edition are very combat oriented. I'm pretty sure one of their abilities is provide devastating wounds in the shooting phase.
Ooh, the other unit that I'm going to prove to you that's going to be awesome? Jump Assault Kung Fu Chuck Norris Marines.
Okay.
Because I'm going to put a Chaplain on with a jump pack squad. Well, who knows what it is, but in the book currently, it says that they're 180 points, and then the jump chaplain's 85 points. So for 265, I'm going to jump all into your backfield, doing backflips, judo chopping people,
nice.
Hugging everybody, making it so it's impossible to move. It's going to be awesome. You don't even know.
In the Stormlance detachment?
No, in the Vanguard detachment.
Oh.
Because I'm going to infiltrate up, and I'm not going to be crazy and be like, I'm going to go first. I'm just going to put them in a perfect piece of terrain. Then I'm going to move block. I'm going to hit you with so many chain fist attacks at +1 to wound that you're going to be like, ow, stop hitting me, yo. But I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep hitting you.
All those AP1 chainsword attacks.
That's right.
Man.
You're like, I got to roll. You're going to fail so many saves. And I'm going to move block you so amazingly. It's going to be
disappointing.
Piece de resistance.
Actually, if jump assault intercessors are 90 points, I think they'd be a good deal. If they're 115, I don't think you're taking them.
Correct. I'm just saying, in the book right now, Space Marine Codex points are data slate points, we don't know because they have the QR code takes you to the document, but the document doesn't even have the new units. So
Yeah. So what's probably going to happen is when it gets released in what, 2 Saturdays, they'll probably just update the points then.
I love these. Matt goes, can I pick and choose which ones I like better? Yes. And they're coming in strong with non-consensual chain fisting. So sometimes you got to go where you got to go in 40K. So no, but I think that the unit for those points with that volume can really take out the trash and move block like a madman. There is
Yeah.
so much shit right now in 40K that is the vehicle mounted keyword. Yeah, I mean, or monster. So you can, especially when you're playing on GW and GWS terrains, you can just literally ruin someone's day. You pick up all their trash and you move block the shit out of them. That's worth it to me. You know what I mean? For that.
Like I said, it all depends on the points. Like if they're 115, I don't know. That just seems pretty pricey.
No, for
what it is.
115, I wouldn't like them. How would I rate the jump intercessors to the sanguinary priest can join? Really high still. I like the chaplain the most just because you can punch into things that you normally wouldn't be able to do shit to for the +1 to wound. So that's kind of where I am with that. So any of those guys that can give me bonuses to just do a little bit more damage, because what I'm looking to do with that squad isn't set the world on fire. I'm not looking to just throw them away, but like you've got enough guys in a 10-man squad to go super wide and hit multiple things. So you're just going to grab a ton of shit, kill all their trash, you know, put 3 or 4 guys into 2 or 3 units, and then just get in the way. Because, excuse me, if you can keep your opponent in his deployment zone for multiple turns, that's worth points to me. Plus you killed a couple of their scoring units that they want to perform, teleport homers, clans and shit like that. It's really important. If you can make your opponent have to make decisions about what they're trying to do actions with, like Brandon doesn't want to use 6 crisis suits to cleanse, you know what I mean? So you need to take out the trash early, and I'm cool with that. Exactly. Having trash and killing all their trash, that is the way.
The best trash. Yeah, but they just have to be trash prices. So if it turns out to be a 300 point unit doing that, I'm not necessarily convinced.
No. It has to be less. That's what I'm saying. At 90, you know what I mean? 90 for 5. And I still think I'm pretty cool with 10 because with +1 to wound, you can actually hit things that you shouldn't be hitting as long as you're getting in the way. You know what I mean? So you can
just throwing out a hypothetical here. Why not Vanguard veterans? Vanguard veterans went down in points too.
They didn't go down enough though.
I mean, but they get pistols. They get storm shields, so a little more durable.
But then I have to do something real. You know what I mean? With this.
So how many points are they now? I don't know off the top.
I'd have to go look again. I have the document that somebody sent me for that with it. 100% they would eat lone ops. What do you think about Reavers and Vanguard? They're cheap. They have Phobos. I've been really debating on that because I wanted to see how many Phobos units I could actually put in that actually do something. My Vanguard list right now off the top of my head is 336 Inceptors, double Grav Devastators, a Chaplain with that 10-man unit probably, and 2 units of Infiltrators. So I've been back and that's like the start of it. And I've been really debating on what I want to put with it because I really want to abuse that strat. And the thing is I don't have to go YOLO swag first turn with that unit that I was talking about. It's just being there, bullies your opponent, makes them make decisions. I'm just going to hide in the perfect spot, you know what I mean, off to the side, and then jump up. So I want to see where you're going to try to go. Or if like we're playing in, you know, GW 3 or 2, if I can get that first turn jump on you, you know what I mean, where I can just get in the way and put unit deployments on, I will do that. But like that unit's just a great counter for like I'm taking out the trash plus I'm move blocking. Plus, dude, Inceptor's like I also forgot with the bases of the list. I'll take a couple tanks too because -1 to hit's just a big deal. And then the fact that I can jump in, pop that strat twice for +1 to hit and +1 AP. Some of that shit's like legit, man. Like Grav Devs, nice with that. You know what I mean? They're hitting on threes.
They don't really care. Well, the +1 to hit's nice, but they don't really care about the +1 to wound if they're shooting against vehicles.
It's not +1 to wound. It's +1 AP.
Oh, +1 AP. Oh, yeah,
the strat is +1 to hit and +1 AP. So like Inceptors, Bolter Inceptors are now AP2, still 2 damage, you know what I mean? You're hitting on 2s. Then Grav Devs will be hitting on 3s, AP2 again. So you're hitting 17% more, and you're also doing 17% more damage through. So like you can just really pump out the damage, and minus one it hits just awesome. I like the Vanguard quite a bit.
I was actually thinking about trying out the assault detachment just because it just makes everything.
It's strong.
Not the Stormlance, the fire, what the Salamander one. I forget the names are.
I know, the Kung Fu Master Fire Death.
Stupid Salamander.
But it's not. It's super not. So the problem with that is like most of their shit triggers like super close, and there's so many things that are reactive right now that can move away from you. So I think that I want to that's the detachment that I think I'm gonna have to work on to make work. I think it's super strong. Just some of the strats, especially the +1 to wound strat, is just gigantically awesome. It's just what you are doing with it. You know what I mean? Because I think that detachment's going to be super good. I think it's the hardest one to make something for yet, though. You know what I mean? Fly infantry's so good. It's still fly. Everything else is just a negative. You're like, oh, your guys have fly? Oh, sorry. I guess you get wounded easier. Or somebody gets rerolls on you. But like, I think that there's so many different things you can do with the Salamander Mojo there. I guess you can call it Salamander. It's not Salamander Mojo though. But I think that you can really make things happen there. But that's going to take time. I can make the Vanguard and the Assault detachments. I can make lists for those like pretty quick. Because I'm like, this works. You know, like start putting it together and then we'll fine tune it. But like that one's like, you have a shit ton of working parts that all happen fairly close range. So, but I think that that's a legit thing. You know what I mean? I'm excited to play them. Also, Matt, when's that RTT?
Are you going down to Pittsburgh?
I might.
That's 4 hours away. When's your trip to California?
Oh yeah, that's in the beginning of November. Pizza the Destroyer. Brad, it's your favorite Grey Hunter's 29th birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, buddy.
And test out the Storm Raven and the Advanced in Charge attached with some Wolfgarden characters in it. Oh, you know what? I will put this on the board, but I will not like it. You know how much I hate flyers. So much. But the happiest of days for you, and I will put that on the board. I've actually been looking at a couple of them. The Advanced in Charge, I think you can just get some people there. I like 2 units of Thunderwolf, and then we'll put those Wolfguard in, because like that strat's bonkers town. -1 to hit, -1 to wound for a CP is just fucking insanity. You're lucky it's your birthday. I'm thinking about how much I don't like flyers. I keep sinking into my head. Ooh, flyers. But how many do they hold? How many does it hold?
Off the top of my head, I don't know. I would guess 12 or 14.
Well, I'm just debating whether I want Wolfguard or Wolfguard. You know, Wolfguard Terminators in there. They'll take up 2 slots.
Yeah, I don't know.
I kind of want to fill it with idiots and just run out with Ragnar. Ooh, I could do that. That could make me happy too.
So do you think Deathwatch has some play with the Vanguard detachment, just because they have a lot of infantry? They're already benefiting from having the more complex infantry squads.
They do, because of the fact that they can put a Phobos and they just get the keyword in a lot of their the Spectre skill teams and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, exactly. -1 to wound is the only rule which card have, and people lose their mind over it. Yeah, give them both. I don't. The thing is that you lose the Death Guard strats if you're not taking the dark cloak of Kung Fu Master, whatever their detachment's called.
Mm-hmm.
And their strats are sick. You know what I mean? They nerfed them, but they're still really good. So I don't know. You know what I mean? Because also like them double popping the move around strat's huge. So you would lose a lot of the way they play the game if you took it. So I don't know. Their detachment's really good. You know what I mean? At least their detachment strats are really good. So it would be tough to lose that, to be honest with you. So State of Storm Raven has 12 transport. Thank you. So you could put like a shit ton of guys in that Storm Raven. I gotta look at the new cost though. Hopefully it
I
went
just
down.
remember it being wildly expensive.
Yeah, that's my only thing with it. Is I was like, is there just a better way to get there? But I will put it on the board. One of us has a birthday. Birthday requests are always acknowledged. So
Do you want Brad to sing you happy birthday? It's a tradition.
harmonious. You just want to be able to say happy birthday, dear Peaches. But I'm just debating on that. What can you put in there? Deathwatch could be decent. I think Deathwatch is just probably still better as themselves. I don't know. Because I think that I could make the Vanguard's by far my favorite so far of the detachments. Because I was already kind of working with them anyways, but it plays really the way that I play, which is tons of super janky moves and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And things like Inceptors just make me super happy just being able, because no one can strain out 3 inches, man. It's just impossible as the game goes on.
I just hope you get enough trash because
Yeah,
the way you play and that the way that list is built revolves around taking a lot of trash units, and I am concerned that they're going to overprice Space Marines. Now, come December, I think they'll be okay, but I think initially off the get-go, they're going to be slightly more expensive than they should be.
that would make me sad. It's just the Vanguard, I could make the Vanguard if points go up. Like if the points don't continue to be down, it'll be a big deal. Real question, give me some red wine. I like a decoy quite a lot. It's usually about $25-$30. Fantastic wine. I like a lot of the Malbecs. I'm a huge Malbec fan. So I have the benefit of a lot of places around here have an extensive wine selection at their grocery stores, so it's really nice. But I will send you some actual bottles choices. Beaches don't crash. -1 to hit wound, and it has -1 damage and lots of DACA. Yeah, I can see that. It's always, you got to look at when you're putting something in your army. You have to look at the trade-offs of what else could go in that position. So I'm always worried about anything that's not point efficient. It's the same thing that Brandon was just talking about right then, was for me to make the Vanguard detachment work for me, I would need a shit ton of cheap stuff all over the place because I want to abuse the strat for one for shooting, but I want to use their -1 to hit really over the course of the game is just really, really good. So they have good enhancements too. I was pretty happy with all of the Space Marine enhancements, to be honest with you. Like they all had uses. A couple of them were just like wildly overpriced for me, but like besides that, they had a decent amount. And like I felt like each of the detachments had 2 good strats. Except for you, First Company. You suck. Look in the mirror.
You're
and
taking
know it.
First Company when you're like, I'm going to tell a story. That's it. That's the only time you're taking that detachment because it's just very underwhelming otherwise.
You know, Valentine's got a lots of cutting Abaddon from CSM Gunlunny using Zinch Warpsmith and the CP generation enhancement instead. It becomes a different list, to be honest with you. The rerolls are kind of big, but I have actually thought about bringing a huge amount of just models into CSM. Like basically, you're gonna run 3 Accursed and 3 Dark Communes, but I'm probably running those anyways, to be honest with you. But like, and just going a more MSU style of that. But like, man, the rerolls are just so hard for me. Now, in my CSM list, I haven't been putting Abaddon literally in anything. He runs YOLO Swaggins. And if I have to pop the can't target me strat, because he's got all the marks so he can use Nurgle. But like I hide him a lot, and he's just looking for my 6-inch aura, but he is fairly expensive. But man, it's hard for me not to get full rerolls because I'm really searching for those Dark Pack bonuses. I'm a huge fan of the Help Room now too. Just because say that 6-inch aura of him getting both, giving everybody the benefits of both Dark Packs is a big deal. But I could see that, to be honest with you. But it's a different list. It's a wildly different list. I think it would be really MSU list if I did that. I don't know. Did strat abuse mean you're better off with max size squads? That's the thing, is I don't know. I think I could use it surgically a lot. I like, for instance, in the Inceptors, I'm planning on doing 336, but that's because I want to trade, and then the 6-man unit's going to be the one that probably tries to hit an oath target and use the strat, because then I can just pick up everything that's not a 6.
And you're doing what, bolt pistol or the heavy bolted pistols?
They're just the heavy, the bolt, yeah.
Yeah,
So
whatever the bolt name is, because
it's a heavy bolter on a stick. But but the thing about that is like the only thing that I'm hitting for real is the 6-man. The 3-mans are made for scoring points, denying secondary, or scoring points, denying people primary, because you can sneak up, steal their objectives, shoot their trash, and I only need a 3-man unit usually to kill their trash. Also, most of the time, I only need a 3-man unit to kill their lone operative. Like, you'll just smoke the changeling with 3 Inceptors if you're a +1 to hit. You know what I mean?
If you don't fail your battle shock test.
I mean, I don't have to. I just kill him. They still don't take the objective. Can't take the objective if you're dead.
Well, no. If you shoot him, you have to take a battle shock test. And if you fail,
that's true. I just rolled a 6 and can't shoot anybody. True.
Yeah.
But why bolt pistols over plasma? The bolt pistols are just way better, and that you don't kill yourself. The plasma, you get more. Sustain 2 is a big deal, especially when I'm hitting on 2s with that strat. The thing is that you're not looking to hit hard targets with your Inceptors most of the time. You're looking to take out your opponent's trash. What's standing on their objective? A lone operative, a shit squad. I'm looking to steal things. So I don't want the big gun. Also, hazardous, man. You could just kill your squad and not be able to steal the objective from, because now you just murdered yourself. So
I can attest to that.
Yeah, and in Inceptors, the bolt pistols over the plasma, most of the things that you're shooting at, you just want more shots, typically, because you're looking to pick up, again, you're hunting trash. Your Inceptor should be trash hunting all the time. You're not shooting at real shit.
I mean, even if you are shooting at real shit, they're both twin linked, and you're going to be wounding them on 5s either way.
Yeah, and the thing is, you're not killing yourself, and you get more. You actually do more damage over the thing, and that's why I have a 336 in my test list so far. Because if I want to hit something real and I oath up, then I'm going to go in there, because I'm literally going to pop the strats. So I'm hitting on 2s. I'm picking up everything that's not a 6, and I just get a billion hits, and it's twin linked anyways. Can Nids go well into New Marines? Armor Contum's hell of a drug. Oof, that strat's gross. I hate the Hive Tyrant, but man, him giving a free strat on that, so you're doubling up every turn, is gross. The aura of reroll 1s to hit and wound is insanity, for sure. I've been really liking Noah's Ark lately with my Nids. The last list I made was Hive Tyrant, double Gargoyles, I think it was double Neurolictor, double Neuro Gaunts, double Exocrine, double Horospecs. I can't remember if it was single or double Maliceptor, and then double, I don't remember if it was double or triple Zoes. So you got and then 3 Rippers. But you have tons of trash, you have so much move block, and you just got a really big volume of fire, and the big guys are just not super easy to take out. And their strats are just, like I said, just bonkers down. Having access to armor attempts is just gross. Chad are coming with the $5 super chat. I haven't played since the Dallas GT in 2003. I've already booked my 2024 LVO ticket. Now to pick an army. Keep up the great content. I appreciate that. That's the thing. I have to think of myself. Did I go to the Dallas GT in 2003? I don't know. I think
you going to Texas?
Not back then. I said the 2003, not 23.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You going to Texas in 2003?
Possibly, because Alan was going down south back then, but I think we just went to Atlanta and Warzone and stuff like that. Well, actually, that's a lie.
Did you even know Alan in 2003?
I was to say that's a lie. I'm thinking 2013. I played in 2003. I went to the Philadelphia and the Baltimore GTs.
Yeah, I was about to say in 2003. I'm pretty sure
He was a
Alan would have
baby.
been.
He's
He
like a
would have been
child.
in 8th grade. Or no, he was in 9th grade.
Maybe. He's only
Was he even in the United
early
States?
30s right now.
I think he's the same age as me, so mid 30s.
I don't think he's as old as you.
Yeah, he is.
I have no idea how old you are either, though.
Well, you're my dad. You should know this, Brad.
We all know.
It's statistically possible.
True story. What are you right now?
35.
Got it. Man, you're old.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Exactly.
No, but I'm 99% sure that Alan's the same age as me.
Yeah. You want to plus saves 100%. Always plasma last edition bolters for this one. True story. I also have 18 plasma Inceptors, which makes me sad because they look really cool.
Well, you should have all the accessories to just cut them off and replace weapon, no? Do you have the bits to do that?
Say again?
Do you have the bits to just replace them?
Sniggs has bolters because he loves Imperial Fist, so he did all of his Inceptors with bolters. So, because he wanted to play them as Imperial Fists, and then we just used mine for either of us when we wanted to use Plasma Inceptors.
No, but you're not listening to what I was saying. You should have all the parts left over, no? So you could just swap the weapon.
Oh, yeah, possibly 100%. But that's all Snake stuff. That's all his house. I don't worry about those kind of things.
So Johnny wants to know if orcs have play in a new Tau. I think they do.
They have play into it. We were just talking about this before the stream because we're going to Michigan GT, which has some terrain issues for the melee side. It is pretty open. So yes, because you can overwhelm them and you can outscore them. You're also super good at taking out their trash. If you can take out all their trash, they can kill the shit out of the army, but you still might outscore them. And the fact that you have, depending on your orc list, you're going to have you should have a crap ton of anti-vehicle. So you can, and since their entire army has the vehicle keyword, is anything done? Crew. There you go. Crew.
Stealth suits.
Stealth suits? Stealth suits are infantry. Yeah, that's true. Oh, Matto coming in. Finish Tampa list. Final super chat. Finish Tampa list. Second Castigator for trash clearing or Pain Engine. Second Lone Op. Evisar, Vindicare. Cassie all the way for me. Cassies are just putting the sisters list on their back and just doing work. Castigator for the points does a huge amount, which hurts my soul because I really like Lone Ops.
We will not be using a Castigator at the doubles.
You know, we're gonna say that, Austin. With my orcs, I'm gonna knock on everything because I'm probably gonna play like 10 Tau this weekend. I've done well into them. It's just the terrain itself. We're not playing with GW terrain. If we're playing a GW terrain, I'd feel pretty good because I can create angles and make them have to get close to me. And that's the big thing against the shooting armies in the first place is you can't stop all of the shots, but you can make them be places they don't want to be that you can start countering them. And that's really what you're looking for. You're going to get shot here and there, but you got to make them pay for shooting you.
Yeah, like if I come against Brad's list with player place terrain, I'm just going to use the ruins to just create large open areas that, oh, Brad, you got a cover save. I don't care. I can recover. Like,
oh, Zach coming in late. Why are you not coming in? You got to bail on that conference. Let's see what Valentine's got. Brad, are you on the Selesky train? Is the Selesky the little one? And then yes.
It's the guy riding the other guy who can deep strike and stand back up on a 2+.
Yeah, it's a $120. It's a good model. The big girl costs too much now. She's $450.
Apparently that model is sold out everywhere because of that guy's performance.
It's strong. It's a good model. It puts out like a lot of damage for that price. You know what I mean? So easy to hide, hit it up. I was talking about that with a couple different people like lately right before the tournament, they were putting it in too. So I'm down with it 100%. Anything that has utility and can cause issues with your opponent, stand back up mechanics and things of that nature are really annoying because you're going to punch her to death. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you effectively have to kill her twice. And the best way is to get around models like that is you kill it in the shooting phase and then you charge it. If you have ways to do tank shocks, any mortals, jump pack mortals and shit like that. I am not going to Tampa. I'm poor. So I'm going to go to things around me. So I'm going to Mission GT and I'm going to crash at one of our friends' houses, which is always fun, to be honest with you. I love hanging out at Bill's house. And then I'm going to go down to Gemhammer, which is a few hours from me, and Tom's driving me down to that.
Are you crashing at someone's house for that?
I don't know where we're staying, to be honest with you. So I'll have to figure that one out. Uh, I thought about going down to Tampa because I didn't realize how big it got too. That would have been
How many,
nice.
how many people are playing in Tampa?
Like 300 something.
Nice.
So like that would have been nice to get it. If I could have gone to Tampa and got a decent store, that would have replaced one of my lower ones, and I could pop back up. Man, the London GT put like 1 billion of the English and the Euros in the. I guess it's the same thing. The Euros period, but there's a ton of the English in there, up in the rankings because they got such a huge score because it was a 760 of 100-person event. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering how the guy who won, I forget if he was from Belgium or France, but I wonder how many points he ended up getting.
There was one Frenchman and one Belgian. So
Yeah.
like they, I don't remember which is which on that. But Liam put up a sick performance, man. He played crazy. Screw you and your shadow round.
Shadow round. Brad's favorite.
I'm okay with a shadow round. I mean, I hate it, but like I'm still okay with it if I know that it's coming. It's just like I don't want to be surprised by a shadow round.
You have to advertise it, and Nova did not advertise it.
I can only maintain myself for so long when I just fall apart. So
I think Michigan GT should have a shadow round. What do you think, Brad?
I would just leave. Whatever.
I think they're up to, well, they hid all the players who are coming for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why.
What?
But yeah, they hid it.
What do you mean
So
they hid it?
So normally, like if you click on a link, you can see these are all the players who are coming, but they hid it. It's hidden. You can't access it right now.
For Tampa?
No, for Michigan GT.
I'm gonna look at it right now. There we go. Michigan GT.
Shadow round
It
is
had
an
it
additional
before.
round.
I think they messed it up.
Well,
It
it happened Tuesday.
I would say as of like 2 days ago, you could look at it.
Yeah, it happened Tuesday.
Okay, so a shadow round is an extra round. It's effectively outside of the tournament. So like at LVO, at Nova, they had so many players that they needed to cut down because they were going to have more undefeateds than they were going to have rounds with it. So if you're in the top 8, top 16, depending on how the tournament is, you play an extra round so that they can cut down. So if like for instance at LVO, before we got to the top 8, I had to play in the shadow round Saturday night, so I had to play a 4th game to see who was in the top 8 cut. So because we played 3 games, if you're going to win, you play 3 games because they play bracket on that. And they did the same thing before they did brackets at Nova. So the shadow round is basically when they just don't have enough games to get down to 1 undefeated. Shadow round RTTs. Yeah.
But no, I think at Michigan GT, there's like over 124 players who are participating. So 5 rounds isn't enough. So you have a couple undefeateds, which will be interesting.
Ooh, I have a great thing from that round. Do you remember? Were you at LVO?
I have never been to Las Vegas
Jesus.
Open.
So we had some ridiculous problems a couple years ago with the pairings. Like BCP crashed and they didn't have a backup and stuff. So we were like super, super late. And Britt and I were going out, we had show plans. We were going out with Alan and his wife to Amela to go out to do a Vegas show and dinner in a Vegas show. But we were like 3.5, 4 hours delayed. That's not an exaggeration. And we get to the final game, and they gave you the option, if you and your opponent agreed to it, you could just play in the morning the next day. And I go with my opponent, I'm like, hey man, like, I got all these plans, and he's like, hey, I don't trust myself to get up in the morning. And I was like, dude, I got, dinner plans and stuff. And Britt was just standing right there, and she went ape shit bananas on the guy, and it was fucking hilarious. And she's just in his face. I was like, Brittany's gonna murder a guy. Like that might actually happen.
I mean, I'd be pissed because you have to make reservations for all that shit.
Oh yeah, we had to cancel stuff. I don't even know. Alan took care of the ticket stuff. We just didn't go. Yeah, man. So
did you play in the morning or did you play that evening?
No, I played right then because he wouldn't go. Apparently, you could actually just if you could have got repaired to somebody else that wanted to be play in the morning. I didn't know that. I thought it was like both players had, you know what I mean? That game had to both. So exactly. Austin, 1 billion%. 40K tourneys are dinners with friends, not 40K. 1 million%.
I mean, there's certain people in our community who rather just play games instead of hanging out with people.
Yeah, I just happy life, happy wife. Yeah, she was not happy. The life was not happy.
But did you win?
Oh yeah, I put the beats on that dude. Like fast too, as fast as I could possibly play. I usually wander aimlessly around telling stories and hanging out when I play 40K. That game, I was laser focused to try to end the game as fast as humanly possible. And I did join dinner with them because we ended up having to eat somewhere different, obviously, but it was a clusterfuck.
Actually, do you remember the one Adepticon where there was like historic levels of flooding all over Chicago?
Yes.
And they started round one like a solid 3 hours late, and round four didn't finish till midnight. I'm pretty sure I lost my last game to Matt Aaron A. Long because I was just like, this is dumb. I'm so tired. It's 10:30. We're playing 40K. We're just not even starting.
Yes, I'm my favorite tournaments right now. Like you know what I'm looking forward to this weekend? I'm not looking forward to the GT at all. I'm looking forward to the doubles event because it is the least competitive. Just throw models around, roll some dice. I guess I should say throw some dice, move models around as opposed to throw models.
I mean,
and move your dice around.
It wouldn't surprise me if models were ended up thrown, but not in like an angry way, just in a drunken way.
So, but that tournament's just fun. I love playing around 40K. It's the best. Playing with toys while having some drinks and chilling out and having a great time with your friends is awesome.
You know full well someone's gonna take it super seriously.
They did it the one year, but whatever. Exactly. Durgle Matt knows what it's up. Michigan doubles are always max goofballing. 100%. Everybody's got like a whack list and all kinds of dumb shit. It's fantastic.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna whoop your ass with Sisters of Battle, Brad.
Oh, Adepticon Team Tourney is awesome. Sad we didn't win this year.
You won Best Chaos.
We got second place. We were three in a row before that.
Sucks to suck, man.
So 3 first and a second. Boo! You guys are bums.
I mean, you lost to Canadians. I don't.
Hey, we tied the Canadians. We almost got it. Those guys, man, had like such a gross list. Whew, they paint so well too. Jesus. Screw you, Canadians, for having such awesome hobby skills. Their armies always look beautiful. Ooh, so hard. They went hard in the paint. Their lists were gross for the Adepticon Team Tournament. Oof. It's funny because we were talking about taking that, and I was like, guys, we can't take this. We'll get bad scores in comp and stuff because that's just too hardcore. And then they just showed up with that list, and we're like, the day! Just dropping elbows on people. I'm like, oh god.
It comp only matters if people actually know what the stuff does.
Oh, Peaches, I love that name too. Peaches team, weapons of mass intoxication.
Nice. Eloise and I are going to be team power bottoms.
Canadians do have a good time. I've had great times at your guys' tournaments too. Also, I consider Du Bois basically a Canadian tournament because they come out in force there.
Mm-hmm. I would love to go to Boys, just so far away from me now.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
true. I love that tournament. I wish we were still on the resort though. Remember when we were on a literal?
Oh, it was amazing.
Oh, we had the on the mountaintop. That thing was awesome. Like for reference for everybody, Du Bois GT, you for a couple years had it literally on a mountain resort that looked over. It was so awesome looking over it. It was like fake. If you took the picture, you'd be like, that's photoshopped. Oh, so good.
It was a golf club on Lake Canandaigua.
Matt, whoa, rude.
Yeah, it was a golf club on Lake Canandaigua, and it was always in late fall, and you'd have like the maple leaves and everything, like just full color, beautiful.
Yeah, and he again saying Zeke and his team name. Yeah, he's just, and he called me one time, giving me all team tournament names. I was like, I'm pretty sure I will get in trouble if I use any of these. Any, it's fantastic. The team bad decisions, yes. Bradchester tournament venue tier list when? Oh man, we could do some of those. That is true. Rochester is Duncan. I'm starting a border war now. Duncan versus Tim Hortons, and that's how the war was started.
I mean, shots fired. Dunkin' Donuts is way better than Tim Hortons.
Oh, Brandon's was the catalyst for it now.
Yeah, that's okay.
World War III. You're gonna get so many.
I'm gonna get all the Canadian hate mail.
They're gonna.
But it's gonna be super polite at the same time.
Well, they're gonna bring their Stormlance detachment. It was gonna have so many Moose Riders. You don't even know. Those guys running around with -1 to hit, -1 to wound. What? What's the toughness on a moose?
At least toughness 3.
Yeah, you're not wrong. MCM's new venue was pretty sick, dude. To be honest with you, they're talking about putting a lot more shit in it this year too.
I think they just wanted to explore it and see how it worked out for them before making major commitments.
100%. Well, it's just so much bigger than the other one. You know what I mean? It's just huge. You can hold so many more. Excuse me, of everything. So, T9 Moose. Oh, Evan coming back with you. He goes, I've never even had Tim Hortons, but it's still better than Dunkin's. We've got a WTC teams tournament with all the big Canadian teams at the end of the month. They're painting day and night. Damn Votan meta chasers.
What's that one? And are tickets still available?
Yes, why are we not getting these teams? I want to play in all of the team events. Singles tournaments are for chumps. Team events that are the money in the bank.
I could justify a team tournament. I can't really justify other tournaments though. And I have my passport.
Ooh.
So my passport expired, and I'm like, shit. So I sent it off. I'm like, man, I'm not gonna have this thing for like 3 months. It's gonna suck. Came back 2 weeks later.
I gotta mine expires next year. I have to eventually go do something about that. I hate getting a new passport, but it takes away all your awesome stamps from 50 different countries and shit. You're just like, give me my memories back.
But yeah, no, I'm ready to go to Canada. So let's do it, Brad. When is this tournament, and are tickets still available? I should probably ask Eloise first, but you know.
I don't know if that's their standard commercial, man. Tim Hortons do commercial. Enjoy our burnt coffee, dry food, and yes, we are out of that. Sorry. Man,
I don't like Tim Hortons because everything has a lemon flavor to it. It's like lemon is their secret ingredient, and they just wanted to add it just because, and it's gross.
So, I'm going to go to Evan real quick. He goes, why is Votan doing so well? Votan's doing well in certain tournament setups because if you have great firing lanes for them. Now, the reason that they're doing much better because it's basically the synergy between now being able to slam double grudge tokens on 4 things at the beginning of the game is huge. But the combination of them just getting about 300 plus points of shit, putting those together just really raised their stock. Are they the best army? Nope. But are they fully playable and doing really well? Yes, because they have like a ton of damage potential. They still have run into the problem of bad trades sometimes because they don't really have very much trash, but they do have damage for days now.
I think Anna's going to have a blast playing them this weekend.
Yeah.
And I think John DeFrank's also taking Votan.
Yeah, him and Anna and DeFrank are taking him.
Anna was a little concerned about she was shooting for best Votan, but if John's taking him, she was concerned. I'm like, don't be concerned.
Just crush him.
Just play.
Although mail the passport back, I actually want my old passport back. They used to not do that. They just took it and threw it in.
I mean, they did not mail mine back.
No. What's the date on it though? 18 5-man team so far? When I need a date.
and location.
Yeah, it is
Because
definitely.
if it's in Quebec, Quebec's a little more difficult to get to than Toronto.
You know what? I'm typing in my feelings of this. Scrooge Roman Wizards. Let me see what you got so far, brother. You've been working on this the whole time.
Yeah. So all right. So we have 4 Tetras. I think the next step I have is to paint the Groot. 4 Tetras, 3 Piranhas, 2 Ghost Keels,
And
some
a
Skyray
partridge
turrets.
in a pear tree.
And then I have 16 Crisis Suits sitting next to me. Or not 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 12 Crisis Suits. I went with a little bit of a wildly different list than everyone else is taking this event. I wanted to have some more long range firepower in my list because of how open the terrain was.
So what did you end up taking? What is your list right now?
What is my list?
Yeah.
My list is Cold Star Commander with 4 cyclic Ion Blasters and Mark of Kion, or Exemplar of Kion, whatever it's called.
Ion on tier 2. Got it.
Yes. And he's attached to 6 Crisis Suits, all cyclics. And then I have a Commander Farsight, and he's attached to 3 Crisis Suits with 1 Plasma Rifle, 2 cyclics. That's just to help take care of some of the heavy trash. Because there's going to be Grey Knights, there's going to be Chaos Space Marines, there's going to be Votan, and I just want the higher AP. And that unit does work in a Crisis Suits, all the Plasma Rifle shots. Then I have another 3-man Crisis Suit team, all with missiles and the upgrade to ignore hit modifiers. And then
You said
he's
3-man
attached
team?
3-man team.
So you got 633.
Yep. And then the missile team is attached to a commander, not a Crisis Suit commander, not a Cold Star, the other one. Enforcer. He's attached to an Enforcer with 4 missile pods. So that unit it shoots 30 inches. It effectively ignores AP 1 and 2 because they're always going to be in cover. And they ignore hit modifiers, which I think we're going to have to start playing more of because of the new Space Marine detachments that are coming out, the new Death Guard detachment abilities, because Tau really suffer from hit penalties. Then I have 2 Ghost Keels, 2 Skyrays, 2 units of Cetras, a unit of Stealth Suits, and 3 individual Piranhas.
Tau is good.
Yeah.
You know,
I was hoping to fit a Firesight Marksman in, but everyone's saying Skyrays are good now, so I decided to take Skyrays instead.
They are. They're so good. Especially against the fly keyword with full rerolls.
I did.
You know who doesn't have fly? This guy. You know who's probably going to get move blocked? This guy. Because I'm going to get shot in these wide open lanes while I'm getting move blocked. 20 knobs, baby. You know how I know? You know? Because you have them.
I do have them. I got to pack all the stuff tonight.
All knobs all the time. Maybe I'll just drive in the middle of the night Friday. When are you going to show up? Maybe I'll just get in your car.
Well, so from here to Toledo, it's 7.5 hours. We would probably leave around 10, realistically. So we'd be in Toledo about 5.
I'd have to change my coaching and stuff around just a smidge. You know what? I might do that. That way I don't die.
Just do coaching in the car. We could put you on Bluetooth, and I could provide the coaching.
Man, so many refunds are asked for. Defcoptas. I like Defcoptas. I don't like them for their points, really. Here's the thing with Defcoptas. I like Defcoptas quite a bit. But the fly keyword being nerfed makes me not like them as much. I used to love Defcoptas. I still think Defcoptas are fairly decent. The problem with Defcoptas is just fly on non-infantry just pisses me off. Yeah.
I mean, I'm used to it after playing bike armies for so long, but it's so annoying. Like, there was a game that I played against Sean Rice, and he had 5 Shadow Specters, and I had a Ghost Keel. For him to move through the ruin, it was 2-inch movement. For me to do it, it was a 12-inch movement. I'm like, this is stupid. So I couldn't kill them.
I played Defcoptas the other day, by the way. What was it? Well, I played a TTS game. I was just trying to figure out when the hell I put them on the board. I definitely played them. Pew pew. What's the best way to attack Tau? Just to drive and survive and score? Kind of. It really depends on what the deployment of the mission is, because a lot of the Tau, why they're so strong right now, is they operate on multiple distances because they have long range, medium range, and trash that they can just put right up on top of you. It becomes what kind of angles you can create. Their biggest damaging is crisis suits, and their most popular weapon is CIB, which is 18 inches. So you can make them get up close and personal. So you can try to trade with them. And the biggest thing is that if you kill Tau's trash, they have to make real decisions on how to score. Because Tau want to shoot from maximum range, barely peeking out. You want to make them not do that. So you got to make things uncomfortable for them, make them make decisions, make them try to stand on an objective with a big squad.
I mean, there's a reason why I've incorporated more of an MSU approach and having longer ranges put in my army, because I don't want to be within 18 inches.
Well, it's a big deal on that, because like when you play other Tau, it's just who gets to hit it who first, basically. You know, someone's going to make a mistake. All of a sudden you went, boom, rapid ingress, 18-inch move, delete, you know.
Yeah, and having the missile pods, they actually do work in a crisis suits too, because all damage too.
How are you playing Sisters with no Exorcist? If you say you have no Cassies in here, I'll spray you with a spray bottle. I'll tell you to get right off that kitchen counter.
I mean, Eloise and I are not using castigators or exorcists.
You have a drug problem. I'm gonna check you into a rehab center.
Oh, okay. Cool. I'm looking forward to it,
Man, you're gonna be put into an arcoflagellance suit. You know what? No, what's the big one? The pain, not the mortifiers. What's the other one?
Penitent engine.
Penitent engine. You're both getting jammed in a penitent engine.
Nice.
That's what's going on.
All right. Well, I guess it's because, we did a proper sitting instead of, eating shellfish on a Sunday.
Two Cassies, I'm not a heretic. I love everything about that. Well,
we just don't own them. That's why
I may or may not be getting picked up by Eloise and Brandon tomorrow. So I might be in the show, moving on the show tomorrow evening. So we will see. So we'll figure out what
just
we're
do
doing.
the show from the car.
That's tough. Because then I'd have to have, you know what, I can have Lau run it. We're going to do things and stuff. I already listened to the community and I ran orcs for the weekend. So I'll figure out what we're doing.
Eloise and I are infinitely more fun to hang out with than running a show on Thursday.
I mean, that's 1,000,000,000% true. You're not lying. But let's do stuff. On that note, please like and subscribe, help us out. Check out the Patreon and go to stillfrostygaming.com. I'll stop saying it's .gov.
Stillfrostygaming.com, Still Frosty Gaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, where I've been doing tutorials on how to make your own custom bases and how to strip paint off models and how to build display boards. They've been wildly popular, by the way.
Nice.
Like, I recorded a video doing those marble bases I was painting up last week on and I think it's had over 75 hours of playtime for a 1 minute long video.
Loving it. So everybody that's going to Michigan TT, I will see you at the GT. I'll be there probably Thursday.
Yeah.
So
well, you're going to be at the GT on Friday.
That's true.
Unless we go hang out and help set up.
I was just about to say. We all know that I was going to https:// And on that note, later, everyone. Thanks for hanging out.
Have a good one.